What if I told you you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table every year just by using the wrong credit card for buying groceries? Well, it's true, and in this video, I'm going to show you the best credit cards for buying groceries in Canada, including one card that will save you 10 to 15% on everything you buy. Plus, I'm also going to show you which cards you should avoid, cards that seem good on the surface but don't deliver on what they promise. But first, why should you listen to me? Well, over the past 10 years, I've helped hundreds of thousands of Canadians save hundreds of millions of dollars by using credit cards in smart and creative ways. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you here today. So let's get into the cards, starting with the Scotiabank Momentum Visa Infinite card. The Scotia Momentum Visa Infinite card comes with a welcome bonus of 10% cashback on all your purchases for the first 3 months, up to a total spend of $2,000, which means you can earn up to $200 in bonus cashback. And after the welcome period, the card gives you 4% cashback on groceries and recurring bill payments, 2% back on gas in transit, and 1% back on everything else. To put things in perspective, the 4% rate on groceries and recurring bills is good, but the 1% you'll earn on everything else isn't that impressive because other cards with similar annual fees are offering more. When it comes to travel perks, the Scotia Momentum Visa Infinite doesn't offer any benefits like airport lounge access or priority boarding, so that's a bit of a letdown. And while it does include some travel insurance, the absence of more premium travel perks means the card isn't a great fit for you if you're looking to save both on groceries and travel together. But one nice benefit the card does offer is mobile device insurance, which covers smartphones and tablets against loss, theft, and damage up to $1,000. The card also comes with Visa Infinite benefits like the Visa Infinite Concierge, which can help you with travel planning and making dining reservations. Now, the annual fee on the Scotia Momentum Visa Infinite is $120 with the first year free. But one big downside to the card is that you need to earn at least $60,000 a year just to be approved, which feels way too high for a card with so few premium benefits. Another drawback of the Scotia Momentum Visa Infinite is that cashback rewards are only paid out once a year in November, which means you have to wait to access your rewards, unlike other cards that give you your cashback every month. And while the 4% cashback on groceries is appealing, that rate only applies to the first $25,000 you spend on the card each year, and after that, your earn rate drops down to 1%. So if you spend more than 25 grand a year, you're going to see some significantly diminished returns. So all things considered, the Scotiabank Momentum Visa Infinite card isn't the best card if you want to save serious money on your groceries or on other expenses, because other cards give you a lot more. And if you want travel benefits, it doesn't really offer any. So while the card gets talked about a decent amount due to its headline 4% cashback rate on groceries, in reality, it's not nearly as good as it seems. Let's move on to the American Express SimplyCash Preferred card. The welcome bonus on the American Express SimplyCash Preferred card gives you 10% cashback on all your purchases in your first 3 months, up to $2,000 in purchases or $200 in cashback. And that 10% bonus is in addition to the cashback you'll already earn on those purchases, so you'll actually earn more than 10% on your first $2,000 in spending. Still, this isn't the best welcome bonus, especially coming from American Express, which has a reputation for offering some truly impressive bonuses. But things do get better from here. The card offers 4% cashback on gas and groceries and 2% cashback on all other purchases. 2% on all purchases is pretty strong, especially when a lot of other cards only offer 1%. But while the 4% on gas and groceries is good, it's not the highest out there, which means you're still leaving money on the table whenever you use this card. But still, the simplicity of having just 2 categories, gas and groceries and everything else, makes this a really easy card to use. Now, when it comes to travel perks, the SimplyCash Preferred card doesn't offer the kind of benefits you get with other American Express cards, like airport lounge access and priority boarding, so that might feel like a bit of a letdown. But with that said, it does come with travel insurance coverage, including emergency medical insurance, flight delay insurance, baggage delay insurance, and a handful more. The card also includes mobile device insurance, which covers smartphones and tablets against loss, theft, damage, and mechanical failure up to $1,000. One other cool perk you get with the SimplyCash Preferred card is access to American Express experiences, which lets you buy tickets to big name events early and get exclusive access to events and experiences that you can't get anywhere else. Another thing you might like about the SimplyCash Preferred card is that it carries a monthly fee of $9.99 instead of an annual fee. This means that if you want to cancel the card midway through the year, you won't waste any money on an annual fee that you paid in advance. But one drawback of the card is that the 4% cashback rate on groceries drops down to 2% once you spend $30,000 in groceries in a given year. This is a higher cap than most other cards come with, but it's still relevant to you if you spend more than $2,500 a month on groceries. So So all in all, the Amex SimplyCash Preferred is solid, but it's still not the best card for everyday spending in Canada for one simple reason. Its earn rates just aren't high enough. The next card we need to look at is the BMO CashBack World Elite Mastercard. The welcome bonus on the BMO CashBack World Elite Mastercard gives you up to 10% cashback on everything you buy for the first 3 months. This sounds great, but in reality, it's not as good as the welcome bonuses on many other cards because even though you're getting 10% cashback, there's a $260 limit on how much you can earn. And when you compare that against other Canadian credit cards, many of which offer sign-up bonuses worth $500 to $1,000 more, the $260 limit starts to feel pretty small. Plus, the card carries an annual fee of $120, though that fee is waived for the first year. As for earn rates, you'll earn 5% cashback on groceries, 4% on transit, 3% on gas and electric vehicle charging, 2% on recurring bill payments, and 1% on everything else. And these rates are pretty strong, all things considered, and in a minute, I'm going to compare the earn rates on the BMO CashBack World Elite to another top earning card to show you how they stack up. But for now, it's good to know that you can redeem this cashback at any time by applying it as a statement credit or depositing it into a BMO checking, savings, or investing account. The BMO CashBack World Elite also comes with a few different types of insurance coverage. For example, the travel medical insurance covers up to $5 million in emergency medical expenses, and you're covered by a lot more than just medical insurance. If your trip is interrupted or delayed, you can claim up to $2,000 a person, and if your bags are lost, damaged, or stolen while you're traveling, you're covered as well. The card also offers purchase protection against theft, damage, or loss for 90 days on the items you buy, and the extended warranty benefit doubles the original manufacturer's warranty for up to an additional year. Plus, if you find yourself renting cars frequently, the card's car rental insurance can save you a ton of money, since you can decline the rental agency's collision damage waiver and use this coverage instead. But to get approved for the BMO CashBack World Elite, you need a pretty high credit score, generally very good or above. This means that younger Canadians will have a very hard time getting approved. And if that wasn't enough, the card also has a minimum income requirement of $80,000. So if you aren't making $80K a year or more, this card isn't for you. Fortunately, not every credit card has such strict income requirements, which means that even if you're a student or don't have much credit built up, you can still apply and get approved for them. But what I really need to point out about the BMO CashBack World Elite is that its earn rates aren't nearly as good as they seem, because there are some limits buried in the fine print that make them a whole lot lower. For example, BMO widely advertises the card's 5% cashback rate on grocery purchases, but they bury the fact that this only applies to the first $500 a month. This means that if you spend $1,000 a month on groceries, you'd expect to earn 5% on that, or $50 in cashback. But in reality, you'll actually only earn 5% on the first $500 and then 1% after that, for an average of 3% back, not 5%. And there are similar limits on all spending categories, which means the actual cashback you earn across everything you buy will trend closer toward 1% the more you spend. This means that the BMO CashBack World Elite punishes you the more you spend, which doesn't make sense to me. So while the BMO CashBack World Elite does offer a few nice features, its cashback structure on groceries and other spending categories is far from the best, especially when you compare it against other reward programs. Next on our list is the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card. The TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card has a pretty nice welcome bonus of up to 40,000 Aeroplan points, broken down like this. You'll earn 10,000 points after making your first purchase with the card, 15,000 points when you spend $7,500 within your first 6 months, and 15,000 more points when you spend $12,000 within your first 12 months. This means you need to spend $1,250 a month for the first 6 months to receive the full bonus, and $1,000 a month for the first year. You'll also earn 1.5 Aeroplan points per dollar spent on gas, groceries, and Air Canada purchases, and 1 Aeroplan point per dollar spent on everything else. These are better earn rates than you'll get from a lot of cards, but they still aren't the best. For example, there's another card at a similar price point that gives you more than triple the amount of points on groceries, which I'll tell you about in a minute here. Instead, this card's strengths lie more in its Air Canada specific benefits than they do in its earn rates, so let's talk about those now. The first Air Canada benefit you get with the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card is a free first check bag on all Air Canada flights for you and up to 8 travel companions on the same reservation. And with check bag fees typically ranging from around $30 to $50 a bag, this can actually save you a lot of money, especially for families or groups traveling together. But the card also gets you preferred pricing on Aeroplan redemptions. It's hard to share specific numbers on how much you'll save on a specific flight because the numbers are always changing, but as a general rule, you can expect to pay about 10% fewer Aeroplan points for flights with the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite than you would without it, which is pretty substantial. And the third Air Canada benefit you get with the card is the status qualification boost, which earns you more status qualifying miles and segments the more you spend on your card. To be honest though, when you run the numbers on it, that benefit is actually pretty weak, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. With that said, another great travel perk of the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite is a $100 Nexus statement credit every 4 years. Nexus allows you to breeze through US US-Canada border crossings and airport security, and with airports as congested as they are these days, it can save you a ton of time. The price of Nexus recently increased, and it now costs $120 every 5 years, so the card almost covers the entire cost of your Nexus membership. The TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite also comes with some pretty strong insurance coverage, including travel medical insurance, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, and flight delay insurance. And you also get access to the Visa Infinite Concierge, Visa Infinite Dining Series, Visa Infinite Wine Country Program, and Visa Infinite Luxury Hotel Collection. And if you're a golfer, you get Troon Rewards Silver status, which will save you 10% off green fees, merchandise, and lessons at more than 100 golf courses worldwide. But the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card certainly isn't perfect. One of the big drawbacks is the $60,000 annual income requirement, but my biggest issue with the card is that the earn rates just aren't good enough. The card is certainly better than a lot of others, and the travel benefits are actually pretty good for a card that costs just $139 a year. But if you're looking to maximize the rewards you'll get from your everyday spending, the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite isn't the right card for you. Now let's take a look at the Scotiabank Gold American Express card, also known as the Scotia Gold Amex. Despite its name, the Scotia Gold Amex isn't an American Express issued credit card in the sense that you won't find it on the Amex website. Instead, you'll need to get it directly from Scotiabank's website. Now, the Scotia Gold Amex comes with an annual fee of $120, which is pretty reasonable given the benefits it offers. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year, which gives you $120 of savings right off the bat. And the card comes with a welcome bonus of up to 45,000 Scene Plus points, 25,000 when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months, and an additional 20,000 Scene Plus points when you spend $7,500 in the first year. And that may sound like a lot, but let me explain why this isn't as good as it may seem. The reason is that Scene Plus points are only worth a maximum of 1 cent a piece, which means you need to spend $7,500 to get a welcome bonus worth $450. That's not too bad on its own, but I say it because I don't want you to get confused when I tell you that the Scotia Gold Amex offers 5 points per dollar spent on grocery, dining, and entertainment purchases, 3 points per dollar on gas, transit, and streaming services, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. These numbers sound pretty strong, but when you compare them to the card I'll talk about in a minute here, the other card definitely comes out ahead. Now, one of the features you'll appreciate about the Scotia Gold Amex is that it doesn't charge foreign transaction fees. The card also offers comprehensive travel insurance coverage, including travel emergency medical insurance, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, flight delay insurance, and lost or delayed baggage insurance. Plus, it comes with mobile device insurance, purchase protection, and extended warranty, which are all valuable perks. And you also get a few American Express specific perks with this card. You get access to front of the line, which gives you early access to ticket sales for concerts and events before they go on sale to the general public. And you also get access to American Express offers, which gives you tailored discounts and promotions at a variety of retailers. Now, to get approved for the Scotia Gold Amex, you're going to need at least some kind of credit history, so this isn't the right fit if you're looking for your first credit card. And there is an income requirement, but it's just $12,000 a year, so if you have a part-time job, you should be able to hit that threshold. But there is something I need to clear up here because the landing page for the Scotia Gold Amex mentions that you get airport lounge access with the card, which isn't true at all. Instead, what you get is a pretty weak discount to purchase a Priority Pass membership, so I don't count that as a real benefit. So if you're interested in the Scotia Gold Amex because it offers airport lounge access, unfortunately, it's not going to give you what you want. So thinking about who the Scotia Gold Amex is designed for, it's best suited for people who regularly make purchases in foreign currencies due to its zero foreign transaction fees. But the reality is, if you're looking to maximize how much you earn on groceries and other everyday expenses, the Scotia Gold Amex just isn't the right fit. Next up, we have the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard. The MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard comes with a welcome bonus of up to 30,000 points, which you can earn by spending $2,000 within your first 90 days and enrolling in electronic monthly statements. And that sounds pretty good on the surface until you learn that MBNA rewards points are worth less than a penny a piece. So that 30,000 points welcome bonus is only worth about $250 in cashback. $250 isn't terrible, and it's certainly better than some other cards out there, but it's still worth keeping in mind that because these points are worth so little, you need to scale down your expectations when it comes to this card. Now, you'll earn 5 points per dollar on groceries, restaurants, digital media, memberships, and household utilities, which isn't bad given all those different spending categories. And every year on your birthday, you'll also receive a birthday bonus equal to 10% of your previous year's earnings. So because 5 points per dollar are worth 4 cents, and you're getting an additional 10% on top of that, you're earning about 4.4% cash back on groceries and these other categories with the MBNA Rewards World Elite. But it's not all good news, because the card card also carries a $120 annual fee and requires $80,000 in annual income just to get approved. And while it comes with travel medical insurance and rental car insurance, it doesn't really offer any other standout travel perks beyond that. You get mobile device insurance and some nominal discounts off car rentals, but you also only earn 1 point per dollar on purchases outside the categories I mentioned a minute ago, which means you're earning less than 1% in cashback, which is really bad. So in my view, the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard doesn't do a good job of meeting the needs of most Canadians. Earning 5 points per dollar on groceries sounds great, but when you dig into it, you realize that this card is good from far, but far from good. Now let's look at the National Bank World Elite Mastercard. The National Bank World Elite Mastercard gives you 5 points per dollar spent on groceries and restaurants, which sounds great, but if you apply your points as a credit against your monthly statement, they're only worth 0.4 cents each, which means for every $1,000 you spend on groceries, you'll get back about $20 in statement value, or 2%. You also earn 2 points per dollar spent on gas, electric vehicle charging, recurring bills, and travel booked through National Bank's travel portal, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. So the earn rate on groceries and restaurants isn't too bad, but once you spend more than $2,500 a month on your card, that rate drops from 5 points per dollar spent down to just 2, which is equivalent to 0.8% in rewards. So even though the numbers sound pretty good, you won't actually earn very much from this card. With that said, one nice perk of the National Bank World Elite is its $150 annual travel credit, which you can apply against travel expenses like airport parking fees, baggage fees, and lounge entrance fees. The card also carries a $150 annual fee though, so that's basically a wash. But one of the more unique features of the National Bank World Elite is unlimited access for you, a guest, and 2 children to the National Bank Lounge at Montreal Airport. This is a pretty rare perk that could be worth a lot to you if you fly out of Montreal frequently, though if you don't, it's essentially worthless since the card doesn't offer access to lounges in any other airports. Plus, to get approved for the card, you need a personal annual income of at least $80,000, which makes it inaccessible for a lot of people. So I'd say that the only person who should consider getting this card is someone who frequently flies out of Montreal Airport, because getting access to the lounge there is the primary benefit of the card. But if you're looking for a card that will save you money on groceries and restaurant spending, this isn't the right card for you. So at this point, you've seen a handful of different credit cards designed to save you money on groceries, and they've all got some features you'll probably appreciate. But I've also pointed out a handful of not so great things about these cards. Some of them impose minimum income requirements, most of them don't offer any premium travel benefits, and overall their earn rates are pretty weak. So to find the best credit card for buying groceries in Canada, you need to look beyond the cards we've already seen, because these cards simply aren't the best. So now I want to share one more card that offers a lot more value than these ones, so you know what the best Canadian credit card for buying groceries actually looks like. The card I'm talking about is the American Express Cobalt card. Hands down, the best credit card for day-to-day spending in Canada. And one of the main reasons for that is because the Cobalt card offers super high earn rates. You earn 5 points per dollar on food and drink purchases, which includes grocery stores, restaurants, bars, cafes, and food delivery. Plus, you also earn 3 points per dollar on eligible streaming subscriptions, 2 points per dollar on eligible transit, gas, and travel purchases, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. But where things get really interesting is when you start running the numbers, because the membership rewards points you earn with the Cobalt card are worth 2 to 3 cents a piece, which means when you earn 5 points per dollar on groceries and food and drinks, you're actually earning 10 to 15% back on those purchases. So when you compare apples to apples, you quickly come to realize that the Cobalt card pays you just as much in its everything else category as most cards pay you in their most rewarding spending category. But that's only just the beginning, because the Cobalt card also gives you an additional 1,250 points for every month you spend $750 on the card in the first 12 months, up to a total welcome bonus of 15,000 points. And with those points worth 2 to 3 cents each, that's a bonus of $300 to $450 for spending a pretty reasonable amount each month. For example, if you spend $750 on food and drinks each month between groceries and restaurants and everything else, you'll earn 5 times the points on that spending, which is 3,750 points. Plus, on top of that, you'll also get the 1,250 point welcome bonus for a total of 5,000 points. That's $100 to $150 in value that you're getting back every month just for moving your day-to-day food purchases onto your Cobalt card. And the Cobalt card also comes with 7 Amex-specific benefits that I think are worth talking about, starting with a wide range of insurance policies. I won't go into all the details now, but you get emergency medical insurance, flight delay insurance, baggage delay insurance, lost or stolen baggage insurance, and a bunch of other forms of protection with your card. You also get purchase protection, which ensures the items you buy against damage and theft up to $1,000, and extended warranty, which extends the manufacturer's warranty on the items you buy for up to an additional year. The 4th Amex-specific benefit is front of the line, which gives you access to tickets for concerts, theater, and events before they go on sale to the general public. And number 5 is Amex Experiences, which gives you exclusive exclusive access to private events not available to the general public, like dinners with celebrity chefs and exclusive concerts. Amex Offers gives you tailored discounts and promotions at the retailers you love and can easily save you $500 a year or more. And finally, the Hotel Collection gives you special benefits at hotels around the world, including a $100 hotel credits. And finally, the Hotel Collection gives you special benefits at hotels all around the world, including $100 hotel credits you can use during your stay and room upgrades when they're available. And on top of those 7 benefits, the Cobalt card also comes with mobile device insurance, which covers you for up to $1,000 if your phone is lost, stolen, or damaged within its first 2 years. But maybe the thing you'll like most about the Cobalt card is how accessible it is, because even if the Cobalt card will be the first credit card you ever apply for, you're still very likely to get approved. And unlike most credit cards which charge annual fees, the Cobalt card charges a monthly fee of $12.99, which means you take on less risk and can cancel the card anytime you want without paying for an entire year up front. Now, the one big objection people always bring up about American Express cards is that a lot of merchants don't accept them. And that was true in the past, but today, more and more retailers are accepting American Express. And if we look at grocery stores specifically, the stores that do accept Amex include Food Basics, Foodland, Longo's, Metro, IGA, Needs, Super C, Save on Foods, Freshco, Safeway, Sobeys, Whole Foods, Walmart, and a whole lot more. The two big chains that don't take Amex are Loblaws and Costco, but if you do your grocery shopping there, you can just put that spending on another card and use your Cobalt card for restaurants, bars, cafes, and all your other spending to maximize your rewards. It really is as simple as that. So overall, the Amex Cobalt offers super high earn rates, a ton of useful benefits, and it's easy to get approved for. And when it comes to your daily spending, it outperforms every other card in Canada by a long shot. I've had my Cobalt card for years now, and I've never given it up because I earn so many points on it, more than 1 million points over the past few years. So if you're ready to start building a massive points balance and turn those points into lifelong memories, I've left a referral link to the best possible welcome bonus on the Cobalt card in the description below. Now, I've been talking for a little while now about the crazy high earn rates you get with the Cobalt card, and I'm not exaggerating when I say it's the highest earning credit card in Canada. But if you want to take things to the next level and earn even more, there is something else you can do, because there's a small group of Canadians leveraging a simple 3-step system that earns them more points in a year than most people earn in a decade. So to learn exactly what they're doing to get 5 to 10 times the rewards as everyone else, watch this video next.